to The Practical Path, a podcast for personal and spiritual growth. Today, it's step number 36 along the path, and one of our hosts gets to talk about how he's dealing with some physical issues in a spiritual life. Also, a dozen sentences used by emotionally intelligent people, even when they're under pressure. Now, let's get started on the path for today. And welcome. This is The Practical Path, a podcast for personal and spiritual growth. Step number 36. The guy already said that at the beginning, but I like to repeat it. So yours truly, Bill Sklodowski, here with my friend and partner and co-host, Vicki Wagoner, live and direct from Blue Ridge, where she had a power outage this morning. Are you okay?
Yeah, everything's good. I guess they had something went out. Several counties went out.
Several counties. Wow.
Several counties went out, and I guess it was some major electrical thing. But the power company sent a message and says it's all cleared up, but it was several hours.
Some
So
beaver chewed through a power line somewhere. You're up in the mountains. Come on. Some bear.
probably a
Some bear
bear.
chewed through a power line somewhere. And well, good. I'm glad you're back
Oh,
online there. So
back online so we
yeah,
can do
she
our
did.
podcast.
Yeah, I know. We got to get this done. She did text me before and showed me the map, and I'm like, wow, it looked like a puzzle. But anyway, no worries. Well, good. So other than that, how are you?
I'm great. Doing good. How are you doing since you went to the eye doctor?
We have a lot to talk about today. Yours truly has spent. Well, it's only as we record this. We record this on a Tuesday. It comes out on a Thursday. Not that that's important, but yesterday, Monday, for me, was a day of doctor appointments, eye doctor appointments specifically. And turns out yours truly is having apparently something they tell me is, it's old age. It happens with age, which I hate it when I hear that.
I know.
Hate it, and I don't use that word often.
No,
That
you
I have a
don't.
retina issue, and that I'm going to have the retina laser tag surgery to put things back together again, and sooner rather than later, probably next week.
Good.
So yeah, I don't know what we're gonna do maybe we'll record another podcast over the weekend or something. I don't know. We'll find out. I haven't gotten the exact day of the surgery yet. I am told that it's all outpatient. It's basically over and done in 90 minutes, and you're on your way. Mine is gonna require that they do it, as my doctor said, kind of the old school technique. Whereas apparently now they can just drain things out, use the laser to staple the retina back to the back of the eyeball and refill. I don't. It got kind of gross. I got to
Yeah.
admit, it got a little squeamish there.
Oh, yeah.
And mine is a little bit farther along than that, so they're going to do some things that they used to do, old school, to kind of play with the eyeball some more. And
Yeah. It's
yeah, I didn't enjoy even hearing about it. And he's like, well, you'll have a general anesthetic. Now he did say you will be awake while you
yes.
do it. You won't feel a thing. I'm like, okay, fine. And I remember when I had my cataract surgery, the laser cataract,
Yeah.
on, 2 back-to-back Fridays, that was over and done in 10 minutes. I mean, literally, they give you some really good drugs. You are really happy. Well, you are peaceful. You're really peaceful
Yes.
and content. They wheel you in. This bright light shines in your eye for literally 10 minutes. You don't feel a thing, and you're done. And they're wheeling you out. And it's like, wow. And then the next morning I wake up, and it's literally night and day, the difference in my vision for that cataract. I mean, I'm preaching to the choir here. And I know that a lot of us, shall we say, more senior citizens out here, we need a better term than senior. What can we have for a better term than seniors? I hate that.
I know, because I don't feel like a senior. I feel like I'm like 15 most of the time.
Right. Me too. And I haven't found a better term for it yet. And I know my whole YouTube channel is about teaching us, quote unquote, senior citizens about how to use our iPhones and iPads.
Right.
Even then I don't like it. I
Right.
don't like saying senior citizen. but I don't have a better term yet. Maybe that's something I'll have to have a little conversation with Chat GPT about, see what AI can.
Yeah, just come up with something better because I know it's like when you say senior, it's like I should be like 90,
Right,
you know.
right, right.
But
So, so
yeah,
apparently,
I'll
I
have to.
found out just an hour ago that Mr. Rick, your husband, has already had this procedure
Oh
on his
yeah,
eye.
yeah.
How
He
long
said
ago did he have it done?
a few years ago.
And how was the outcome?
Very good.
Okay,
It's
cool.
very good. I mean, it's not going to be perfect, but
Right,
it's very good because
right.
he can still see, he gets around.
Oh, sure.
Uh, well, he's more advanced in the process because he's always had bad eyes.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, so he's had several surgeries, but
Oh,
everyone has been very successful, which is
okay.
good. So
And yeah, and I talked to, of course, I talked to our buddy, BJ Odom, my
right.
old radio partner. He's had it done as well, although he
Mhm.
said his was a little different. He said it was just the laser thing, so maybe his what didn't need the major overhaul that mine does. He said it again didn't finish perfectly, but a lot better. And I'm like, yeah, no, I
Oh
want
yeah.
perfect. I'm sorry, I just want it to be perfect because I mean after my cataract surgery, and that was 3 years ago. I had to, kind of do the numbers on that for the doctor. How long ago was it that I had that? It's three
Yeah.
years in January, February. Um, my vision has been excellent, fantastic. I mean, I go to the eye doctor and it's like, okay, you're 2015. That's better than 2020. I'm like, thank you. I know they, a great doctor and $10,000 will give you 2015 vision if you
Mhm.
like.
Oh yeah.
So anyway, I'm gonna have a conversation with your husband, with Rick there,
Yeah. Hmm.
later on this afternoon, and he's going to tell me about his experience. So I'm curious to
Yeah.
hear about that. So
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just thankful that they have this, that he can
right,
see so well as he can. And I know my eyesight, I wear glasses more and more I'm aging.
senior seniors that we are, yeah.
Is that we are. You're right. We got to find a different word for
We do.
seniors.
We really do. And
Seniors.
if anybody has a suggestion for that, stop by the Facebook page. I mean, go
Yes.
to Facebook, do a search for the Practical Path Podcast. Use the whole phrase, the Practical Path Podcast, and you'll find our Facebook page where we post every new episode of the show and all other kinds of stuff that we feel like it. And leave some suggestions
Yes.
rather than senior citizens. What can we call ourselves in our
I
later
know. Well,
second half of life here or whatever. It's
yes.
yeah, yeah. I hear you. I hear you.
Oh
So
God.
anyway, it's been an exciting couple of days. Not exciting. It's been an interesting couple of days.
Interesting. Yes.
Isn't that
Yeah.
is that a rumor or isn't that a rumor that there is a Native American blessing and curse which says may you live in interesting times?
Hmm.
It's both a blessing and a curse.
I think it's both.
I think it is, and I think I'm experiencing some interesting times now. So
Yes.
anyway, we'll see what happens. And
Hey,
and God knows what this is going to do to my pickleball game.
it's gonna take you back a little bit because you
Kind of
got to be
cheesed about
really,
that.
really careful until that eyeball, really
Fully
heals.
heals. Yeah.
And because you got to worry about, it separating, and
Pressure separating. Yeah.
pressures and all that. Yeah,
I haven't,
very.
believe me, I haven't even gotten the full lecture yet, but I've heard enough from various people and
Yeah.
all of that stuff. So anyway, it's just
Yeah.
again, I'm going through interesting times.
Oh, yes. Hey, you know what I say? At least we're upright.
Yes, and we mentioned that before we started recording. We both said at least we're not pushing up daisies. So there
And
you
that
go. Yes.
I'm
Any
thankful for.
any uh any exciting or interesting lessons from the universe for you this week except for power outages?
Oh, the power outage.
Mm,
It's only a few hours. So, and I was surprised that it came on as quickly as it did because I showed you the chart where
hmm
several, communities that were out. So, I feel they got it back together pretty quickly.
Cool.
Not much going on and just, hanging out.
Hanging out. Man. Hey, it's Bill stepping out of the studio for a quick second. On the podcast, one of the things we talk about a lot is motivation. the desire to get things done in life. It might be physical stuff, losing a few pounds, getting a better job, finding a great relationship. Or it might be more of what I like to call internal things, finding ways to feel better about yourself or life in general. Well, to help our listeners along that particular path, we've prepared a helpful, simple guide for personal motivation. It's called Flipping the Switch: How to Create Motivation at a Moment's Notice. I'd like to send you a free copy, along with some other special bonus goodies. Bonus, you say? Well, yes, kind of an unadvertised in-store special. What is it? Well, you'll just have to find out for yourself. So, do this. Head over to the website, www.thepracticalpathpodcast.com. Yep, the same name as the podcast itself. Put in your email and we'll immediately send you to the free download. We'll also let you know about upcoming podcast episodes and other behind-the-scenes information. Again, just head over to the website, www.thepracticalpathpodcast.com, and get your free guide to boosting your personal motivation. I'm sure you'll find it helpful and, dare I say, practical. Now, back to the show. I do have those moments. I will admit, I do have those moments of you where you kind of, in a moment of meditation or prayer or looking to the sky, and basically, as the kids would say, WTF? What the F is this all about?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And as somebody, I think I take pretty good care of myself, and I'm trying to do better with that in terms of diet and exercise and all of that stuff. And here I am playing pickleball 3 times a week and et cetera, et cetera. I actually set foot in the little gym in my apartment the other day.
Good.
But with the eye thing going on, I heard, I'm not sure if I heard your voice or I heard somebody's voice going, yeah, don't overdo it at this point. So, okay.
Very.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm still having that WTF kind of a thing. It's like, all right, what else do you want? What am I supposed to be doing here? What now? Now I recognize. Okay, I know you're all gonna. Well, not you are all, but there would be people who go, Bill, you're 68 years old. You're doing pretty damn good. I mean, a full head of hair, and I'm upright every day and moving and playing pickleball and all of that. What else? What else do you want? And the answer, I unfortunately find myself, not unfortunately. The answer I find myself saying is no. Like Vicki just said, we think of ourselves as teenagers still.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe not. I mean, if we're totally brutally honest with ourselves, no, we can look at a calendar and we can figure out the numbers.
Yeah.
But you don't. You have that. And I remember this when I was in the radio business, when I was talking to a consultant about radio formats, genres of music. Some stations play hip hop and some play country and some play, oldies and some play, 70s and 80s, whatever. And I learned an important fact, which is from the time you're about 16 to 25, or maybe let's make it a nice 10 years, 15 to 25, the music you were listening to when you were that age, 15 to 25 or so, is the music that you take with you through life.
Yeah.
In other words, even today, I'm listening to music that I listened to in the 70s, or whatever. That's my style. I like, all right, cool. I get it. That's why my father was a Frank Sinatra fan from the day I can remember him listening to music until the day he died. That was what he listened to when he was young. That music went with him. The reason I bring all that up is I think that's how we're kind of programmed to think with a lot of things.
Yeah.
All right, I remember myself being in my 20s and my 30s and all that, and I don't remember a whole hell of a lot in between. I mean, I'm not the physical stuff. I still want to be that 25-year-old or whatever person who can play pickleball 3 times a week and ride my bike and
Oh, yes.
what I want to eat and not gain a lot of weight. I already know that's not true. But anyway, it's all right. The bad pun at this particular moment is it's kind of eye-opening, pun intended, that we're going that we have to go through that sort of stuff. That would
Yeah.
not have. I mean, you know what I'm saying. You know what do you know what I'm saying? Does this make any
Yeah.
sense at all?
It's just the, continuum. We keep moving and going forward with, it's like we start out as babies and we end up hopefully, in our 90s old,
Right.
and saying, hey, this has been one heck of a ride.
Right.
So I just feel every day I just do what I can do. And I'm
Right.
thankful that I'm upright. I'm thankful that I'm pretty healthy at 72. I
Oh,
only take
sure.
vitamins. That's all I take.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, yeah, I can lose a few pounds. I've been looking, in the mirror going, ooh, okay, I'm gonna cut out a little bit less ice cream
Oh.
and,
Oh, baby.
the wine and
My dear friend, I could lose what you weigh and it would be okay. It would be all right. So don't worry about it.
yet, but I still wake up in the morning and go, I'm still here.
Right.
And I'm thankful that I've got today. And I hope I get tomorrow and, many
Sure.
more years, ahead of me. Like my grandma
Sure.
was 99, and perfectly healthy. And then, she just passed away because it was her time.
Right.
But
Right.
so I just have the attitude of I'm thankful I have today.
Yeah, I'm over the weekend, this past weekend, I drove down to St. Petersburg. It was one of the two annual
Oh,
meetings
yeah.
for this group I am in. It's called Core Health, and
Right.
it's all about the spiritual, energetic component of life.
Yes.
Sure, you can eat what you want, but if you have a what your attitude, not attitude, what your beliefs are, what your attitude is about it, which is going to determine whether or not it causes you to gain weight or lose weight or whatever. So anyway, yes,
Yeah.
part of our um I guess belief system in that group is exactly that there's no reason why you can't continue to live. They used to call it lifespan, now they call it health span. You can
Oh,
live
okay.
to be, like your mom, whatever. You can live to be a healthy 99, and then just one day it's like, okay, I'm done. And then
Yeah.
boot, you just decide you're gone.
Right.
Fine. Great. You've had enough, or you're time to move along, or whatever. But up until that point, you have had a healthy, productive, good life.
Yes.
And every year at again, these annual meetings of the core health people, we have facilitators who train it, and we have people who write the programs and stuff like that. But the guy who is the CEO, he's a older. Well, how old is Dr. Ed? He's probably in his young 80s by now, but he will bring up everybody in the group that has gone through this thing that's 70 or above. I'm almost in the group, not quite. 70 or above. And they get up,
Okay.
and it's the best looking group of 70 pluses you've seen. I mean, they're like vibrant and alive, and okay, maybe they're, sure, some are all gray or some are a little bit stooped over or whatever, but again, vibrant, alive, engaged, all of that.
Yes.
So yeah, so my goal, or one of my goals for all of that, is to stay in that frame of life as long as
Oh,
possible.
yeah.
And I see no
Absolutely.
reason why not. So, it's great.
And that's the power that we have is we get to choose what is our attitude going to be.
Exactly. And we,
Happy and grateful and learning from the lessons. And even in the darkness, we can put light into the darkness.
yes,
Have that opportunity to go, okay, what did I learn? How can I grow? How can I share this with somebody else? Because when you do that and you inspire other people, it makes you feel good.
right.
And that's what life is about. How good do you feel? How happy are you? Or how grateful are you for everything that you've got? Maybe you don't have like $1 trillion, but you got your health, you've got friends, you've got,
Right.
activities, your brain's still working on
My brain's
most of the time.
most of the time, my brain's
I'm not
exactly.
so sure.
Most-
Just being honest.
I know, right? Couple of glasses of wine, maybe not so much,
Woo!
but yeah, it's okay. It's okay. It's
But I feel it's being grateful for what we have at this moment and being thankful and again sharing it with other people. I love sharing with other people.
right.
I love making people feel good and being their support, being their cheerleader. as a lot of people, especially you, you're my cheerleader. You
Well, thank you.
us, moving and growing
Right,
and happy. And that's what I feel, to the day that, whoever up there goes, okay, it's, your ticket's up. I'm gonna do. I'm just
right,
gonna be enjoying life and making the
right.
best of it and, you know, having fun.
I apologize. Nobody's watching this except for you, but I have this itchy nose, so I'm
Oh,
scratching the nose here and there. So I don't know if
be up
it's
here in be up here in Georgia where every single allergy you can think of. That's me.
yeah,
Where
it's
it's
allergy.
like,
It is, yes. And
oh
it's
my gosh.
allergy season here in North Central Florida too.
Mhm.
So yeah, I am
Oh my
probably.
gosh.
And Tuesdays is lawn maintenance day here at the apartment.
Oh,
So they've been stirring things up down.
yep.
It's down 4 floors, but it doesn't matter. I can still hear them and smell them and all that. So that's fine. No worries. But anyway, yes, I have said for many, many, many years, not many years, I have said for years that yes, I do believe in that health span thing that you can live a good,
Mhm.
healthy, happy life for a long, long time and not have that long, slow decline that so many people have.
Mhm.
And I know that our attitude, belief system, call it what you will, is it actually the 93% is the number where your attitude. Trust me on this. We had a
Mhm.
lecture about that, not a lecture. We had a presentation about that at our meeting on Saturday for the core
Oh,
health
okay.
group, where
Yeah.
they did some testing. They did. You're familiar with muscle testing and energy
Oh,
measuring
yes.
and stuff like that?
Mhm. Yep.
It's a little out there for people, but if you're curious, go to look on YouTube and it works. It all I can tell you is it works.
Yes.
And just to give you a quick overview, somebody if I have the way it works is if all I have to do is say put your arm out and I'm holding my arm straight out to the side of me, right?
Right?
And I can put my hand on your arm and press down a little bit for pressure. And if I have you say something that is true for you, you will remain strong. I can press on you, "Arr!" and your arm will remain strong. If
Yes.
I have you say something that you believe to be false, you will go weak. Your body will
Yes.
energetically go weak. And here's the kicker. It doesn't matter if you know it consciously or not.
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
amazing. The
Yeah.
way the human energy, I don't know if it's just us humans, but that's the only people I've ever checked it on. So
I'll
the
try it
human,
on
en-
Max.
right, right, right. The human energy system works that way. That I
Yes.
can simple stuff. So
Oh,
I've seen this demonstrated time
mhm.
and time and time again by our group. We use that
Oh,
in
yeah.
helping people to figure out their belief systems and things like that. And for a lot of people, it's voodoo, but it's not. It's really
Oh,
not.
it's not.
It's actually recognized as
Hmm.
a diagnostic tool in medicine.
Oh, yeah.
It's actually recognized. So anyway, go look up energy measuring or kinesthetics on YouTube or
Yes.
whatever. I got off my beaten path.
No, because
Somebody
I,
did a right. Somebody did a study
uh-huh.
using that measuring system, using that
Mhm.
energy measuring system, to say how much of my overall health is physical
Mhm.
versus how much of it is mental, attitude, gratitude, all of that stuff. And the
Mhm.
answer that came across in a dozen different tests is your physical health is 7%. 7%. That's all. 7%
Wow.
of if you take good care of
Yeah.
yourself physically,
Yeah.
congratulations, you got the first 7% covered. Now let's work on the attitude, the gratitude, the outlook, the belief system, all of that stuff.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And you see that you can I'm getting on a little rant here, but it's a good one. You can see that especially like in old people,
Oh,
like
yeah.
your mom or my mom, or well, my mom's not a very good case. She had troubles at the end, but people who are physically not in great shape. They're 100 years old. You're not going to be in great shape no matter what.
Right.
But their attitude and their
Yes.
belief and their engagement in life is such that they're still glowing. There, you can see it in their
Oh,
eyes. They are still alive and glowing. And all right, so wow, that was a long story, and I'm not sure where it was going. But
yeah.
all the
Well,
things we're talking about staying
right.
healthy. Yes.
Yes, healthy, emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually. Now, another thing that you can do, and I do this all the time, is take one hand, like I usually do, like take my thumb and index finger and pinch it together, put my left finger and pull on it. And
Yes.
I do this all the time. Is it true? If it's true, it's going to stay locked. If it's not, it's going to separate. And
Yes.
I go different places and I go, okay, what aisle is this and this? And I go, okay, well, maybe it's down this aisle. And I do it with my fingers,
Yeah.
and questions, like, is this a good day to go out or
Right.
whatever? It's,
What's the best for me for dinner? Chicken or fish for dinner? What's best for me? What do I
yeah.
need? What do I want?
And you just do that. Just put what, if you're, left-handed, you can
Right.
use your right
Correct.
finger, whatever. But you take whatever hand, your thumb and your index finger, you squeeze it together, you put your other finger between it, and if it's true, it'll stay locked. You cannot open it for anything. If it's false, it'll open right away.
Yep. Because and this is it's the exact same energy and the
Hmm.
exact same energy
Yeah,
as if I know a lot of our folk friends, when I say I mean listeners,
right.
might also be familiar with using a pendulum.
Pendulum, absolutely. Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
You've probably seen that on YouTube if you've looked around. I know I have, where you can hold, and I'm again, you can't see this us doing this on the audio. Obviously, we should start doing this podcast on video, um, where you can hold a pendulum and it's like, okay, it swings one way for yes and another way for no.
Yes.
That's amazing,
I love pendulums.
and it works.
And it
It's
does.
not, you're not
It
making
does.
it up. You're not controlling it with your, because you can ask somebody else to do it.
Hmm.
You could, and I've done that. I'm not so good with the finger thing, like, and I know exactly what you're talking about because I've seen our people in our core health group use it
Oh,
all the time,
oh,
all
all
the
the time.
time.
Yep.
And if I'm not sure about something, or if I'm having a question or something, I'll just ask one of them. Check me on this. Do I want to do this or this?
Hmm.
Point. You want to do that? Okay, cool. Now,
Yeah.
is it 100% guaranteed right? I don't know, but it's an answer. And it keeps
Yeah.
me from marinating on it in my head and thinking about it so much that I don't do anything.
Right.
Better to I remember I told my nephew that when he was like 16 years old or something like that. I forget, my young nephew, my boy in California. He was
Yes.
he was having a hard time deciding on something in high school or whatever. And I said, you know what? You ever go out drive? He, like his father, big car fan. I said, when
Oh,
you're out driving, you know, how many run over critters how many flat squirrels do you see? He goes, yeah, all the time. I said, yeah, the world is full of flat squirrels. You know why? Because they couldn't make a decision. Go one way or the other. Just go. And if you
just
get
do
to the other
something.
side and it's like, I didn't want to be here, okay, go back. But don't sit in the middle of the road. You end up a flat squirrel. So anyway, long story short, boy, I'm all right. Bill is
That's a good
setting the
one.
intention to stop saying long story short because we're here just to talk and have fun with this anyway.
We're just having fun
I know, right?
and sharing good information
Good
because
information.
honestly, 110% it works.
It does work.
It really does.
All the things we have talked about in terms of energy measuring and testing, and especially when it comes to your belief system,
Yes.
attitude, your energetic belief, whatever you want to call it. I don't care. I've seen that on Twitter as well. Christians call it spirit, Chinese call it chi, Japanese call it ki, Buddhists call it, it doesn't matter what you call it. It's the force. It's life
Yes.
energy. It's all
Energy.
that stuff.
Hmm.
And and as Master Yoda said, the force is around you and flows through you. You can use it for good, you can use it for evil, but of course, evil leads to the dark side, and we know where that lands up.
Yeah.
But it's true. All of this stuff in life has energy to it. Flat
Absolutely.
line on an EKG, dead, no more energy. Energy, pulse,
Yes.
EKG, brainwaves, the whole thing.
Hmm.
So knowing that, now that
Yes.
we know that, or now that we hope you're open to that idea, now the question is, what do you do with it? And the answer is, well,
Mhm.
you can use that. You can.
It,
choose to direct your energies, your whatever,
mhm,
into things that support you and help you stay healthy and grow and learn and all the things you want to do, whatever it is. So
yeah,
just do more of that.
absolutely. It's like a tool. I mean,
Right.
how do you build a house? You need a hammer.
Right.
How do you build your life? You've got this tool already built within you.
Yes.
Learning how to trust it and work with it and, manifest with it.
I talk more about trust it. I love that.
A lot of people doubt themselves, and we have to be our own best friend. You know how much I push that.
Yep.
You have to trust that things are going to work out the way that they're supposed to. And with these tools that we've been talking about, that's a good way to learn how to start really trusting yourself, listening to yourself, your gut, that gut instinct,
Mm-hmm.
when it comes up. So if you get comfortable with that, the more you use that tool, the better it's going to work.
Yes. Absolutely. The more you use any tool, whether it's a hammer or a screwdriver or energy in your life, the
Right.
better you are going to get at using it. Exactly
Yeah.
right. So,
And trusting it and
exactly.
following through on, actions that, maybe at one point you doubted. Well, here's your tool that says, wow, this is really working. I can trust that. I can, move forward. I can, do whatever, I want to do and know that I'm safe, know that it's secure. I'm going to manifest whatever, your focus is, whatever you want to, create in your life.
Right. 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 Our old friend Wayne Dyer said that in many of his books that whatever you focus on, you increase.
Yeah.
Whatever you put your attention to grows in your life.
Gross.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And that works with the good stuff and the bad stuff. So as I don't know if it was Master Yoda or not, but somebody once said, choose wisely. Choose
Yes.
wisely, young
Always,
Jedi.
yes. And if you have any doubts, trust it. If it doesn't feel right, trust your gut, trust your instinct, and just turn around. Yeah, we have to learn to how to trust ourselves, how to listen to ourselves.
I'll add one thing to that, and I'm curious what you think about that because, and I've mentioned Michael Neal's name on this show many a time, an author
Mhm.
and a podcaster and an all-around cool guy. But he adds to that.
Okay.
If you're listening to that still small voice in your head, and that voice should happen to say something like "you suck," that's the wrong voice,
Yes. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because you will know the actual what part of you does the actual spiritual connected side of you will never say that. It just doesn't. And so what part of you does say that? Where does that come? I'm not going to say it's you. Where does that come from? When Bill wants to do something and he goes, "Oh, I suck at that." Where's that come from?
Well, we have parents that raise us
Oh boy.
that a lot of parents have, and especially going back because, I'm 72, you're 60 some.
Right.
Uh, it was a different age then where I had, very traumatic childhood. So a lot of times until I got into all the spirituality, I doubted myself constantly
Okay.
because that's what I heard. That's what I learned. That's what was in, eh, I don't know what's the right word, but what I absorbed
That was
was
instilled into you. It was
instilled.
programmed into you. If you want to
Yes,
use the modern words, programmed.
right, programmed, instilled
Yeah.
that that's what I was worth until, like I said, I started getting into this spiritual realm of looking at things from the perspective of even if it is dark, there's always a light that you can put into it and you can shift your perspective on.
Right.
So
Right.
it's a matter of, you know, questioning, these people that raise you because they're little people. And even though they're adults, they still have little people in them
Right. We
that
all
is
do.
listening to the programming that they got. So with spirituality becoming so popular, I believe that's what shifted so much, especially for me, shifted so much of my life.
Hmm.
Look at it from the perspective of, oh, there's a different way of looking at this. There's more light in me than I ever thought that I had.
Mm-hmm.
So,
So
if you're still questioning yourself, it's because you still have old programming.
there you go. I like that. Time for a reboot.
Reboot. That,
Time,
and that's what
time
we're
for a
talking
Windows
about.
update. Oh,
Yeah.
that makes my
Well,
teeth
me
clench
and
just to say it.
computers. But
Yes,
that's the same principle. What do we do every time we turn around? You know, they're, updating, okay, get the latest update. Well,
right.
we have to mentally and spiritually and, being our own best friend, do that for ourselves. We have to keep upping it, updating ourselves.
Yes. Yes.
And especially now we've got TV, we've got computers, we've got, radio,
iPhones, iPads, everything.
iPads, it's all there. It's it's simply a tool that you have the opportunity to use and to shift your life.
There you go.
And it's a
Perfect.
blessing. I mean, I feel all this technology and all that we're doing is such a blessing for me because I had to take that and reprogram my life. And I still have my moments,
I was gonna say,
Fortunately,
the
you've
next
seen a
time you
few.
call me in a panic about your iPhone, can I remind you of this moment that technology, Vicki said, is a blessing?
I know. Oh my God, I can't believe I said that.
I, folks, right? Wait a minute. I'm getting my here's Bill with his pen and his paper. He's writing it down.
Write it down.
Writing it
And
down.
the other thing, listen to us. We're laughing.
Sure.
Laughter is one of the best medicines that is out there.
Absolutely. Absolutely, positively. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So if someone, and I mean, this is what you do. I do the
Yes.
updating on your iPhone and your iPad stuff. And if you want information on that, go to YouTube, check out Bill's iPhone tips. It's easy, it's free, it's all that, it's all there. If you would like some human updating, that's what my friend Vicki Wagoner does. How would someone get in touch with you for that kind of help?
Well, they can call or text 239-248-0586 or email me at Vicki, Vicki, Wagoner, Wagoner 53 at gmail.com.
We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, kind of more along the same line, I found this interesting little infographic. Sentences that emotionally intelligent people use when they are under pressure.
Oh,
I've had a little bit of that this week, so we're gonna play with that when we come back in just a moment. Welcome back. This is The Practical Path, a podcast for personal and spiritual growth, step number 36 along the path. We've just been having a great time talking about upgrading yourself, whether
mhm.
it's energetically or however you need to do. Some of us are doing it physically in the next couple of weeks. Well, it's not really an upgrade. It's kind of a tune. I don't know what, I don't even want to think about it. It's okay. It's all good. It's all good.
It's a tune-up.
It kind of is. Yes. So need a little, 50,000-mile checkup. Our friend
Yes.
BJ, who had the heart transplant, he's got to go into the hospital every like 6 months. And I mean, literally, it's like they put him up on the rack and, check the oil and the everything like that. So he's got a full on job with that. So yeah.
Oh, he is a miracle, I
Mm.
swear. Oh my gosh, that guy.
Making good progress.
Ooh.
He and his ghostwriter are making good progress on the book of his life.
Yes.
And in fact, she just sent me an email this morning before we did our podcast. She sent me an email because we had her on the podcast with BJ and Bill, the BJ and Bill
Oh,
podcast. We had her on last week and had a great conversation. So now she
great.
wants to talk to me a little bit, of course. So my BJ stories. So that'll be great. So
Yes.
awesome
Yeah,
stuff.
he is. He's a great guy.
Yes. So, and by the way, he's been a real mother hen about this whole eyeball thing. In a good
I,
way, in a good way,
yes.
because he had the surgery. Your husband had the surgery.
Yeah.
I guess I'm next in line. I don't know, but he's been all over me with that. He's like, "How'd the doctor appointment go? How's it? What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Okay, fine, thanks, appreciate it." So anyway, 12 sentences emotionally intelligent people use when they are under pressure. I love this. And it's a nice little
Okay.
graph. I might even have to post this on the Facebook
I
page.
was gonna say, yeah.
Yeah. Remember, go to Facebook, do a search for the Practical Path podcast. You got to use the whole phrase and it'll show up
Mhm.
just fine. So there you go.
Yep.
Find the latest episodes and more, as they say. Number one, and this is for me, and this is this week. This is tough, but I can handle it.
Mhm.
I'm learning
Okay.
that.
Yes.
I'm learning.
You got a lot of supporters.
Yes, I do. Thank you very much. I do
You
appreciate
do.
that from you and your husband. There, I mean, Mr. Rick's going to give me the whole lowdown on this thing
Oh
in a
yeah.
minute here. And we were just talking about our friend, BJ Odom. He's been all over it as well. My pickleball group and all that. So yeah, it's tough, but you can. Now, I will say that when it comes down to it, nobody else is going to handle it for you. You are going to do that yourself, and that, I mean, you have to. I get it,
Oh
but
yeah. Yeah.
it is good and wonderful to know that you do have people who are cheering for you. Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Hmm.
I I can't think of a better way to do it. I mean, other than paying somebody to have it for me. So there you go. So I saw a guy on YouTube. I don't know, he was some personal development trainer or something, and he was also
Yeah.
like a multimillionaire. He's like, I'm still waiting for the day where I can pay somebody to do the push-ups and I get the six-pack abs. I'm like, yeah,
Ooh.
count me in on that. So
All right.
number two, things that emotionally intelligent people say when they are under pressure. Number two, what's the next best step I can take?
Hmm.
And I love that because I think
Yep.
for me, well, I don't know. Sometimes I get in a place where I'm spinning, you feel like you're stuck in the mud, spinning your wheels, you're not going
Yeah.
anywhere.
Hmm.
And that's, I was going to say mostly, it's 100% in your head. It's like, okay, great. You're going to worry about that. You're going to, my word is marinate. You're going to marinate on that for the rest of the week, for the rest of the month, for the rest of the year,
Hmm.
or just think to yourself, what's the next thing to do? I don't have to see the finish line from here. I don't have to see the goalposts. Pick your
Right.
sport. What's the next best step I can take? What do I need to do now to take the step in the direction I want to go? And we've talked a little bit about that sort of thing on the show before, but
Yeah.
yeah.
It's like I said, it's like, you see the beach, and you see all the sand. Well, it's one little teeny tiny little piece of sand that is collecting with all the other sand that makes the beach. And it's the
Right.
same thing. Even if you do something little, that is collective. That adds to what you're doing.
Right. It all adds up, in other
It
words.
all adds up.
And you don't need to use your analogy, you don't have to you don't have to see the beach just yet. You just I have a few grains of sand. I have a jar of sand. I'm
Yeah.
gonna make a beach here. What I mean, it's kind of stretching the analogy a little. But yes,
But
what
it's the
can I
same
do?
thing.
What's next? What is it? And it doesn't have to be huge. It doesn't have to be some grandiose thing. It can just be, all right, I got this eye thing going on. What am I going to do? Well, I can tell you what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to play pickleball tonight and strain myself or whatever. That's
Exactly.
sometimes the next step is not doing anything.
Yeah. And that's your step, because what
Right.
are you doing? You're saving your eyesight. You could
Right.
trip, you could, hit something, or
Well, and just the strain of it and all of that.
a
Yeah. Yeah.
strain.
Yeah.
So,
So, which kind of blends into number three, which is how I respond matters more than exactly what's happening, which
yes.
is so true because I mean,
Mhm.
for me personally, I mean, what's happening is I'm having this eye surgery thing coming up and it's kind of freaking me out a little bit. Okay, how am I
Oh,
responding to that? Well, I'm
yes.
talking to my friend and I'm getting
Mhm.
some good advice and I'm hearing from
Right?
other people who have had some. So that's my response. That's
Right.
rather than freaking out over something.
Yeah. The what ifs. What if this happens? What if that happens? Well, you can what if yourself to death. It's okay, what can I do to get educated? What can I do to calm myself down?
Right.
Which is really important.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Mhm.
Absolutely. And again, sometimes it's a physical thing. Sometimes it's like
Mhm.
I take this action. Sometimes
Right.
it's don't take this action. And sometimes it's learn more about this thing. I mean,
Mhm.
what if I did that? What
Absolutely.
if I went to, YouTube and spent an hour looking at, again, don't go crazy. Don't waste the
Yeah.
week. But maybe, if you took a half an hour and looked at some videos about people who've had this surgery or stories they've had or success
Mhm.
stories or whatever, then you're going to help get yourself into a more positive frame of mind about stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. And then Vicki Wagner's favorite is number 4. I'm surprised they didn't put it at number 1. And I quote, let's look at the bigger picture.
Oh boy. Yeah.
But again,
But it's true.
it is true. Of course it's true. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
not saying of course just because you said it. It's true because it's true. It's like,
Yes.
what does that mean for you? Well, whatever situation you're in, whatever sticky situation you find yourself in or whatever, bigger picture. What is it? What can I do? What can I, and again, how do I use all those other things? What's the next action I can take? How do I respond? What's this might be tough, but I'll handle it.
Mhm.
Look at the bigger picture. The bigger picture is I'll handle it. So yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
Absolutely. And you're
Yes.
being proactive, which is really important. Mhm.
Yes. Yes. You're actually doing something rather than, again, Bill's word for the day, marinating on the thing that you don't want. So yeah,
Exactly.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Number 5 was interesting, and I hadn't thought of it before, but it makes sense when I read it, which is number 5. This feeling is valid, but it doesn't define me.
Yes. That's a
Say
good one.
more. Say more. What does that mean for you?
Well, you have the situation where obviously it's concerning. It's your eye, and you only have two eyes. Yet you're looking at it from the perspective of what am I doing about it?
Right?
How am I taking action on it? How
Right?
am I being proactive? So yes, you may have the concern, which is normal. I mean, we're human.
Right.
Yet, like I say, you're taking action on it. You're being responsible. You're
And
loving
it's
it
not and it's
yourself.
not the it's not the final chapter of the story.
No, it's a chapter of the book.
Right. But it doesn't, and that's why I think that's why they use the term doesn't define me. It's like,
No.
oh my God, I could go through the rest of my life saying this eye, wrong eye, but this eye is screwed up and I can't see out of it anymore. Or what? I mean, yeah, you could do that, but doesn't
Why?
seem to make a lot of sense. Yeah.
Why, when we have all this technology, you have
Right.
insurance,
Right.
you got people that
Right.
are going, hey, yeah, it's, uncomfortable, yet you're going to keep your eyesight. Because my gosh, if I ever lost my eyesight, to me, that would be huge.
Yeah,
So I
that would be.
would do everything I could to make sure that I'm doing what I can to save it. And that's what I see in people is what's your actions? What are you doing?
And it's not just the physical stuff either. I mean, because
Mhm.
I like what they said. This feeling is valid, but it doesn't define me. There's a feeling.
Right.
This. I mean,
Of
okay, I
course.
might break my arm. This broken arm doesn't define me. No, no kidding. We get that. You'll get better. But it also applies, I think, maybe even more so to personality traits, to emotional reactions to things, whatever. It's like I'm having
Mhm.
a feeling, a reaction about something, but again, that's not it doesn't well define me. It doesn't that's not who I am,
Right.
right? I mean,
Right.
somebody cuts me off in traffic and I yell at them. I'm
That's
not an
just
angry
that
person
moment.
that but then for the moment I had a feeling. Okay,
Yeah, for that moment you had it,
right,
you settled down and you looked at it and you
right,
keep moving forward.
right. Yes. So again, physical, mental, emotional, again, the things that are happening to you do not define you. And
Absolutely.
which leads us to number 6, which is, again, they're all kind of nicely related now that we go around this little graph, which is number 6. What is this experience teaching me? And boy, we talk about
Oh,
teaching all the time.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. So what has it taught you? You love yourself, you respect yourself, you honoring yourself, you're taking care of yourself, you're putting things into action,
Right.
you're reaching out, you're sharing. Look at how many, people have told you, that they've had it
Right.
done or whatever. So it's not, it's that feeling of, oh, it's just me. No, there's a lot of people out there that can help you, that can calm you down, that can say, hey, do this because it's good for you.
Right.
And then of
Right.
course it's yourself that's got to be your own best friend that says, hey, I'm doing this for me.
Right. 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 Which leads to number 7, which again, I'm getting tired of how all of these relate to me today, but I volunteered for it. So there you go. Number
It's
7,
perfect.
I can't control everything, but I can control how I respond.
Absolutely.
Right. And we talked
Yes.
last week about Louise Hay's book, You Can Heal Your Life, which
Oh,
is literally the main point of her and of that entire book is exactly this. You can't control the stuff that happens to you in life. You can't control everything, but you can control how you respond to it.
yes. And that's very, very important. Having that positive outlook of, I'm just going to look for the best,
Right.
and just manifest that.
Look for the bigger picture as number 4 said. Right.
Yes, the bigger
Right.
picture. You have to
Well, and you don't have to. You can choose to
choose.
make the response as positive as you'd like.
Hmm.
And again, all of the other tools that we've talked about in the previous things, looking at the bigger picture. What is the experience teaching me? Sure, this might be tough, but I'll get all of those things.
Hmm.
They all contribute to that. How do I respond to this thing that's happening?
Right.
Because I'm in control over that. But okay, now I can respond. I can respond in a way that I can control.
You can control it and you can make it as positive as possible.
Right. Right.
And, cross your fingers and toes, that it all manifests out. I mean, what the heck? And, like we were talking before, using your finger or, pushing on your arm, setting that up and going, okay, I've got this attitude of it's going to be good. Everything's going to go well. And you can check in with yourself.
Right. Right. I
And
love that. Yeah, you can
yeah,
actually, or you could even test some possible responses to things. I'm going to do
right.
it this way. I'm going to do it that way. Which one's
Mhm.
better? Which one? Well, it's the energy measuring mechanism that we talked about in the first half of the show really works best. I think it works only on yes no questions because it's either a yes or a no. It's either you're strong or you're
Yeah,
weak.
right.
So, okay, I've got a few options here that I can respond to this situation in this way. Is this the
Mhm.
best way to do it? No. Is this the best way to do it? No. Is this the best way to do it? Yes. Ah, okay, let's do that.
And there you are. So
Right.
how,
Right.
knowing that you're having this, how did that make you feel that you were checking in
Right.
and doing your own little bit of research, so to speak, and you got that positive response of, okay, well, and made you feel better.
Right. And that's again one of the other things on the chart is the next step. Okay, now I have a good next step. Let's do
Yes.
that. Let's do more of
Yeah.
that. So yeah.
Yes.
And which number 8, I love number 8. I'm not stuck. I'm recalibrating.
Oh my gosh, I love that. That's awesome.
Right? It's like, no,
I
I'm not.
love
I'm
it.
not. I'm pondering my next great move here. Like in a chessboard, It's like I'm not stuck. I'm just considering my next big move. Yeah.
Your moves,
I love
right.
that. I do.
That
Yeah.
is awesome. I love that.
Recalibrating. A lot of life is recalibrating when you think about it. It's kind of sometimes you just got to sit back and go, what's next? And all the things we talked about, bigger picture, what's it teaching me, how I respond, all of that is part of the recalibrating
Right.
process, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, that'd be good. And then if all else fails, number 9, this moment will pass,
Yes.
which that's I'm living for that this week. I
Yes.
really am. I'm like, okay, can we just get this over with and done with, and I can get back on with my life because this moment will pass. It will. I get that.
Yeah. Yes. And it always does. Regardless of what happens, you just always have to focus on what's the best that I can do.
Right,
What do I have in this moment?
right, right.
It's so
And then
funny.
number
It's
10, when in doubt, who can I reach out to for support?
friends, family,
Everybody.
coworkers,
Yep.
everybody.
We've been talking about that all day with all the different support that you can
Mhm.
find in your life
Oh,
from all kinds of different places and people and situations and all that sort of thing. Yeah, support
and
is
and like you say, we've got, the world right in front of us. We're on a computer, we got our iPads. How much information is on our iPad? How much information is,
right.
our
Available.
computer? It's right there.
Yep. 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 All right. Last 2. Number 11. I have faced challenges before and I grow stronger.
Absolutely.
Yes, that's kind of Vicky's line there
Yeah.
for her life. Yes.
Oh, yes.
All of us, but you have a good story that goes with that.
Oh,
So
yes.
yes. Yeah. And it's true. I mean, we all, I mean, I think that's a Springsteen song. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. It's a cliche, but
Oh,
he had it in a song. But yes,
it
you have
is
faced
his,
challenges before, and I'm sure now that I think about it, now that I say that, we have used that line on this program before. You have passed, you have surmounted 100% of the challenges that life has thrown you. 100%. Your batting average is 1,000. Congratulations.
thank you.
I mean, you're still here. You're not,
Yes,
as
I
we said
am.
earlier, you're not pushing up daisies. You're still here.
I'm still
Therefore,
here.
it only goes to prove you have survived every challenge thrown at you.
Yes.
You
And
learn from
gotten
it. You grow
through it.
stronger from it. You do, I hope you
Absolutely.
do. I mean, that's the goal, right?
Yes, that's the way
The
you
other,
have to look at it.
what's
Is
that?
That's the way you have to look at it. How can I grow from this? How can I shift from this? How can I inspire somebody else to do the same thing?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel that's why people feel safe with me when I work with them because I've been through so much
Right.
and my life has changed. And, I'm the first one to say, you're seeing me on a good day.
Right.
Yet I feel, like a lot of people feel ashamed of what happened in their lives.
Mm,
And I look at them and go, you're still here.
right.
You're still growing. Look at all that you've got. How did you manifest that? It was
Right.
you. You're the
Right.
only person that can make this happen.
Right, right, right. And related to that, the last one, number 12, it is okay to feel uncomfortable. That means I'm growing.
Absolutely. Like
Right?
those growing pains that we have as we're, little and we're getting bigger and bigger.
Right?
It's the same thing. Energetically, we're going to have pains. What are you going to do with them? How are you
Exactly.
going to make it work?
Exactly. Yeah, even the littlest of seeds has to
Mhm.
pop its way out through the ground to start growing into a plant or a tree or a whatever. And there's so many analogies to that we could make, but
Oh my gosh, yes. Mhm.
everything has to grow, and that growing process can be uncomfortable. Probably has, well, I'm not going to say it has to be because I'm not going to give it
It
that much
can
thought.
be,
Very
yet
often can be uncomfortable. Yes.
can be uncomfortable, yet when you get through it and you
Right.
look back on it,
Right.
how far did you come? That's why I
Exactly.
say periodically look over your shoulder to see how far you've come.
I've heard that line before.
hmm I got that in meditation by my angels. My
That's right. A little spirit guide gave you that about 20 years ago, and we've been
yes.
throwing it
Mhm.
back and forth ever since.
But it's so true.
Yes, yes, it is.
I mean, you do have to look back and go, wow, I was there and now I'm here.
Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly.
That I'm feeling pretty darn good.
Well, and it kind of relates to that thing we were talking about earlier, which is your history kind of goes along with you. I mean, I don't perceive on a, day to day, year to year, I don't see myself getting older or gray or what. I don't see those changes. But again, you wake up one morning, you look in the mirror and you go, "Oh, wow.
I'm
that's
gray, I'm wrinkled.
that's different." Or what? But again, that works with the physical stuff, that works with the mental stuff, that works with the personal growth stuff.
Right.
It's
Yep.
like you can, like you said, you could look over your shoulder every once in a while and go, oh, I used to believe that stuff, but I
Mhm.
don't anymore.
Exactly.
And that's been a good thing. That's helped me to grow and to be more useful and helpful and what all the things that I want to be. So yeah,
And that's why I like saying you got to be your own cheerleader.
right.
You have to look at how far you've come. How did you get here? Where are you going to go? But we have to celebrate ourselves.
Agreed. Yeah, because well, I was going to say nobody else is going to do it for you, but they might, but you will
I think
not,
so.
you won't recognize it if you don't do it yourself. I'm a prime. I know we're coming down again, but I'll finish with this thought because I'm a prime candidate for that, and you've corrected me on. Well, you've challenged me on it many a time, where you will say something nice to me, and I'll go, "Oh, it's nothing. It's not. It's yeah, never mind. Whatever." Yeah, I
Yeah.
will. Yeah, yeah, I get the yeah. If I had a good eye, I'd give it to you, but whatever.
No, keep that one.
But the point is, if you minimize yourself, it
Mhm.
doesn't matter what somebody else gives to you because you're not going to believe it if you
Right.
don't believe it for yourself. So you
Mhm.
have to start off with, as Vicki has said, as Vicki finishes every show by saying, you have to be your own best friend first. And if you can't do
Absolutely.
that, then whatever what anybody else tells you is going to be water off the proverbial duck's back. It's not going to stick. It's not going to make a difference to you. But
Mhm.
if you can be your own best friend, if you can say, "Oh, okay, I did that thing, or I learned that thing, or I grew through that situation, or whatever," now actually it really doesn't matter what anybody else says because you're already doing it for yourself. And if
Yeah.
somebody else tells you that, you can go, "Oh, yeah, I did. Thanks for noticing,"
Mhm.
and whatever.
Yes.
But
And
it's
th and
starts with
thank
you.
you. It does. It starts with you. And excuse me for interrupting, but
No, you're fine.
it's thank you. Thanking yourself for loving yourself, respecting yourself, putting in the work that was needed, the commitment that you make to yourself.
Right.
It's very important.
Very important. Very important. So, what we've been doing is been playing with a cute little, it's kind of like a roundabout little chart with a dozen things like a clock that says 12 sentences emotionally intelligent people use when they are under pressure. And I will post this
I
on the
love
Facebook page at the Practical Path Podcast. And just do a search for that. And it will come out Thursday when the new podcast actually
it.
drops. So we'll be good with
Yeah.
that as well. So, another hour has flown by, Vicki Wagner.
I know. Hey, and I got to tell you, when I'm looking at my screen, it goes, Alaska Airlines, start packing your bags. I would be there in a heartbeat if I could.
Oh,
You know me in
Alaska.
Alaska.
I know you in Alaska.
I just thought that was so funny. It popped up.
Oh, there's probably an email coming in or something. Somebody
Oh,
trying to say
yes.
it. I'm actually watching. I don't know if you guys have HBO. I'm getting it on pay per view or demand or something. I don't whatever. I'm getting. It's the HBO series called True Detective, and they've
Oh,
had several of them. And this season is called uh, 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 Cold Night, Cold Winter, Cold Night, I think it's called. And it's Jodie Foster is the sheriff in a tiny little town in Alaska, and it's a murder mystery, and it's kind of creepy and a little spiritual, and I'm
ooh,
yeah, I'm locked in on it. So yeah, it's Cold Night Country, Night Country. Thank you,
nice.
Bill. My brain finally caught up with me there. It's the True Detective series on HBO, and it's called Night Country with Jodie Foster. So don't tell me how it ends. It's already played out. I'm watching it in chunks every night
Okay, you
here. So
watch it.
yeah, no
I'm,
spoilers. No spoilers,
I'm
please.
getting off here and starting packing my bags.
For Alaska,
Oh my
what?
God, I'd be
This
there.
it's only April in Alaska. What's the weather going to be like? I mean, where would you go? Where is your big? Where's Denali?
Oh, Denali.
Is
Oh
that
my
where
God.
you would go?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, it's massive. I mean,
Yeah.
every time I see it, it reduces me to tears. I've been so blessed. I've been there 5 times.
Wow.
I could go 100 times. I could never live there.
No.
Could visit every single year.
Is there a
But
town near there? What's the town?
Denali is out at the middle of nowhere.
Nowhere.
You have to
Yeah.
travel, but it is so massive and it is so magical. And especially when it turns pink.
Right.
Oh my gosh, it
Yeah.
is. It's
I was gonna ask Alexa here, what's the weather like Mount Alexa, what's the weather at Mount Denali, Alaska? See if she answers. Oh, she doesn't know that location. No, sorry. See, she's off the beaten path. She didn't know it. Well, I'd have to find a town near there. She could probably figure it out, but we'll do that later. We got to go.
yeah. Okay.
That's awesome.
I know I could
So,
be here forever.
so Bill's having eye surgery in a week. Vicky's going to
Yeah,
Alaska. We don't know if there's going to be a show next week, but we'll figure it out one way or another.
believe me, I'll be here next week. I wish I weren't. I wish
Right.
I love you and I love doing this.
Yeah, me too. Me
Get
too.
an
All right. So
opportunity
if
to
someone
go,
would
I'll
like to
be
get in
gone.
touch, yes, if somebody would like to get in touch with you for more about all of this stuff, if you'd like to, get a little help on becoming a little bit more emotionally intelligent or in touch with yourself on all that stuff, how do we get in touch with you?
Call or text 239-248-0586 or email Vicki, Vicki, Wagoner, Wagoner 53 @gmail.com.
There you go. And like I said earlier, you can also go and if you want to do an upgrade on your iPhone or your iPad or
Yes.
whatever, and you need help with that, go and check out hashtag. I'm doing the hashtag thing. Bill's
Yep.
iPhone tips on YouTube, and you'll find all my videos there as well. So that's awesome.
Yes. They're
Terrific.
great.
Another great hour. Thank you so
Oh,
much, Ms. Vicki. I appreciate it.
always so much fun. Thank you,
Always is.
everybody.
Thank you for
Joining
thank you for
us.
listening to us. We appreciate it. Stop by
Yes,
the
we really
Facebook
do.
page and check in with us. And until then, I'm Bill Sklodowski. Thanks for joining us.
And I'm Vicki Wagner. Thank you again. And remember, always be your own best friend.